Captain America New World is the 35th Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, and it just hit theaters after Chris Evans was Captain America for over a decade. Now, Sam Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie, takes over the mantle of Captain America after his Disney Plus show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. In this show, Mackie is joined by the new Falcon, Joaquin Torres, played by Dina Ramirez, who's also in that Disney Plus show. And they're brought into a conflict as the President of the United States, who is Thaddeus Ross, who is now played by Harrison Ford after William Hurt sadly passed away a couple of years ago, is almost assassinated. And it's their job to figure out what is going on as one of their former friends or current friends, Isaiah Bradley, played by Cara Lumley, is the one who tried to assassinate him, even though he was not doing it on purpose. So Sam and Joaquin try to figure out what is actually going on. That leads them to Samuel Stearns, who's back from the Incredible Hulk film, played by Tim Blake Nelson. Also, Giancarlo Esposito is in the movie as an unnamed character. The film is 1 hour and 58 minutes and is PG-13. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new review here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Innerberg. We're talking Captain America Brave New World. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I do movie and TV show reviews, movie franchise rankings, out theater reactions, and every Monday a box office breakdown show. So please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new to the channel. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on Captain America Brave New World? If you've seen it, did you like it? Did you not like it? Where do you stand on the movie? Are you happy that Sam is now Captain America? If you've not seen it, tell me, are you going to check this one out, or is this the one Marvel film you're not interested in 2025? Also, please hit that thumbs up button. That's how you support this channel. So going into this one, I was sadly not very excited. And as someone who covers movies like this every day, I am in the film world as part of following on social media and YouTube and reporters. And the making of this movie has been full on display over the last 2 years, where they shot it, there was multiple reshoots, they brought in 3 to 4 month reshoots, which are really long reshoots for a movie like this. Actors who were completely cut out of the movie, and then they brought in new ones to reshoot with. This has been a crazy production, and technically on this movie, there are up to 5 screenplay credits for this movie. So you see kind of where everything has gone. Now, again, some background before I get into the review of the movie. This film was greenlit after the finale of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show, with the showrunner of that show, Malcolm Spellman, leading the charge on creating the movie. And he's obviously one of the 5 screenwriters for this film. And with the production not looking that good, I was not that excited. I was leaving it up to be surprised. And I'll say this movie is not as bad as I was expecting it to be. But this, for me, it's a mess of a movie. And the problem here is, yes, you know all of the stuff ahead of time, how wonky the production has been. The problem is when you're actually watching a movie, you don't want to feel like those things are popping up. And this movie has those Hollywood issues where you can feel particular parts where it's like just recently shot, or they're trying to stitch together, like, let's just shoot this scene so this scene makes sense, instead of a full script shooting from day one until the end of the shoot and going on from there. You can feel the chaotic nature of how this movie was made. Now, on a positive level, the performances are really strong here, especially with the 2 leads. So Anthony Mackie is really good in this movie and definitely is able to carry a movie like this. Obviously, as Falcon, he was very much a supporting character in the MCU. But obviously, he took that leading role in The Falcon and Winter Soldier, a show that I did do episode by episode breakdowns here on the channel, so you can go find that from a couple years ago, more than a couple years ago, which is crazy. But him in this movie made all the sense in the world to me, and he's very good in a leading role. He feels like Captain America. It's not like ever you're thinking Falcon's playing Captain America. This feels like the new Captain America, and all the credit of that goes to Mackie as an actor. Now, Harrison Ford is one of my top 3 favorites. He's my favorite movie star of all time. His work in Indiana Jones, Star Wars obviously got me into movies. So I was very excited for him to join the MCU. Obviously not in this way where he's replacing a deceased actor. But Harrison Ford delivers in this movie as Thaddeus Ross, who we've seen in multitude of other MCU projects. We're now seeing Harrison Ford in this. He's very good, has strong chemistry with Mackie. And you already, even though Mackie interacted with William Hurt's version of Ross in the past decade, when Ford's talking to him, you buy they've been talking to each other for years. It does feel like Ford has been in the MCU longer than just this movie, and that's all credit to him. Those two lead performances are really strong in the movie. The film has a very good score, which I really appreciated in the film. Another thing that I really appreciated with Captain America Brave New World is the fact that, so many MCU movies over really since Endgame I've kind of got trapped in the fact that a lot of MCUs did turn into straight up comedies over the last 6 years, like just pure jokes and comedies that don't take the material or themselves that seriously. It's hurt a lot of projects in the MCU. What I really like about this film is that it does take itself very seriously. Yes, there are some MCU jokes in there, like a couple times, but this is a straight up trying to be as close to an espionage film as, it really is the first espionage-like film since The Winter Soldier. Now, this movie is nowhere near the level of Captain America: The Winter Soldier, but at least this movie is trying to take itself, the material, the genre very seriously. And it makes the film, I think, a lot more intense at times than it should be because the film is taking itself very seriously. But as I said before, this movie is a mess. If you're not familiar, Giancarlo Esposito's role was very recently reshot, like 6 months ago. He was a part of the new reshoots that took up 3 to 4 months, and his character got completely inserted in the movie after test screenings. And you can feel that in this movie. At points, it feels like his character is in a totally different movie, and his scenes you can feel the most are stitched together to fit the movie that they already shot. And if you're thinking that while you're watching a movie, that is not a good thing. But also here, this movie is a sequel to a lot of different things. Not just as a supposed Captain America film, which I think is one of the bigger issues with the movie, which I'll get to, but I think when it is a Captain America film, it's actually pretty decent, especially towards the third act of the movie. There's some emotional moments and lines of dialogue that Cap speaks in this film. You're like, that's what the whole movie should be. But instead, at points in this film, it feels more trying to be a sequel to Incredible Hulk and Eternals than a straight up, solely focused Captain America film. And while I think from a universe perspective, this movie does a good job moving the universe forward into the next sense of projects, I think it hurts the film in the present because it just isn't a focused enough Cap movie. Cap's focused on so many other issues in the movie, and then there's like 5 to 10 minutes of this film where it's really focused on his character, figuring out particular things from a personal perspective. And I think it really makes the film feel at times very unfocused. The first half is really slow getting out of the gates and just feels like a collection of scenes that instead of scenes that fit together, which I did not enjoy. Joaquin, I did no disrespect to Danny Ramirez, didn't mind that character in Falcon and Winter Soldier. That character for me was the worst character of this entire film. He was annoying. He was already put up to be Falcon in this film. It didn't work. The character of Samuel Stearns, who's coming back from Incredible Hulk player Tim Blake Nelson. I love Tim Blake Nelson. That character does not work in this movie. The leader does not work in this film. And if the villain part of the film would have hit a lot more, this movie would have hit a lot more. And I think that the whole thing with the leader, for me, did not work. A lot of this movie, a lot of it comes down to conveniences, plot conveniences to move the plot forward. So this is a frustrating watch because there are elements of a great Captain America movie in this film. Anthony Mackie is the right person for the job. Harrison Ford's very good in the movie. The action itself is solid. It's not great action, but solid enough action in this film. But it is just a mess of a film that you can tell 5 different screenwriters had their ideas on the movie. And it feels all jumbled trying to be a Captain America movie, 2 sequels to 2 other MCU projects, also setting up the future while also setting up introducing new characters. It's a lot into one movie, and it feels like a lot. So overall, I'm going to give Captain America Brave New World a 2.5 out of 5. I am going to go 47%. What are your thoughts on this film? Let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe, like the video, comment, and I'll see you guys soon.